Ka Meghalaya Medical Services Association MSSA hakalai tarik sengisajan kalapenlong ya ka 23rd Scientific Conference General Meeting ha State Convention Center Shillong. Habakran hakajinya langkum ukong san u Principal Secretary ketnat kakot kakya ka Sarkar Jilla u Sampat Kumar ula ong bakiladan shibun kisin jam balasyem na kabentaban penkelain ya ka jingtrekam hakaliang kakot kakya hapo ka Jilla. Ula ong ru bahabangi don ya kata ka jingsung thu ya ka benta ka bangi dei benle pendep bat nang tre shitom shushu. Nalor kata ula pertoru ya ka jing syakri ka jongki na ka benta ban ajing ada ya ki mensimbriu ha ka Jilla. Ha ka juk kapor ula kenturu ya baro kid khot jong ka association bakin nang tre borba bat nang penbha shushu. Ha kata ka rukom baha kisni kisnem ki banwan ngin sayo iya ka Jilla Meghalaya kum ka we na ki Jilla ka bala ban tre kambha ha ka liang ka koi ka khya. Katba Professor C. Daniela, President jongka Indian Medical Association Meghalaya State Branch, haba ajingkran hakani ka jingalang kum usumbur kongsan, ula perto ya kisin jam balasyem daka association, na kabentaban penlong ya kabakum kane ka jingalang. Nalor kata ulap diang subha ya ka jingshim rai jongka Sarkar, na kabentaban wanra ya ka Medical College, ha ka Jilla, kabanlong shisha ka jingarap ka bakraw, ha ka bayade ber ka jingduna doktor ha ka Jilla. Shu ulaban ru halor ka jingdon kam ya ka jinga trelang. Hapadeng ki kenhun bapher ki bayadan benta banang kentiu shu ya ka jing syakri hakaliang ka kwat ka khya. Hakani ka jinga lang lawan ya shim benta dabun ba ki doktor na ka benta ban kentiu ya ka jing shamphang ha ka bayade bergilat jing sumar bar ha ka bayade ber ka kwat ka khya jong ki pat ba.
So what does it mean? You're so important. You're almost like you can't like it's such a something that anyone can be dispensable, but the doctors are indispensable. So maybe that could be the reason. I think I think all of you are saying at the end, long live MMSA. So if you live longer, then the people will live longer. So the important, I think that's the purpose of this entire association, the purpose of this entire, the today's function, right? How actually we can provide that long life, productive life, healthy life to the people of the state. I think with that mission, I think the health department has been working, and today we are working together. That's the beauty of this, that today there is a collaborative work. There is a collaborative governance, not only within the health department, but also we are also working with all other departments. There is a greater intersectoral collaboration is happening. There is a greater community participation is happening. A lot of systemic reforms have come up. For the first time in the country, there are elected village health councils have come up. So there is a greater participation from the communities are happening. And there are a lot of initiatives like Meghalaya Medical Services Recruitment Board has come up, so that like on an annual basis we are able to recruit the doctors. So we are able to get some Meghalaya Drug Corporation has come up. I want to tell you this one today. When I was looking at the presentation with the Government of India, the Secretary to Government of India, they have shown the slide which actually the NHSRC has done a study to see how the drugs are available to the people at the end. They made a big study of 18 states. Meghalaya is the outlier. 93% of the population they reported that they are receiving the drugs. So all that happened again during the last year, 2023, because that year we got the corporation. So when you have a kind of when you engage in reforms, when you engage systemic efforts, definitely they will lead to a different kind of an outcomes. Similarly, we have done some very interesting work. I really like to share, and I like the MMSC also has given a letter to Dr. Fira when she was leaving. When she was the chair of this, she sent a letter to the Department of Health saying that we really appreciate the work that is happening, and we really want to continue this work, especially the work related to saving the lives of mothers and children. Today the state has consistently, with all the doctors, MOs taking leadership role at the remotest places, and all that led to almost a close to 50% reduction in the maternal deaths compared to the last 3 to 4 years. So that is the sharpest decline. So all these are happening because there is an intrinsic motivation, there is a different kind of a purpose with which actually everyone has been working. I think we should continue this because this is going to give a good example, to the entire country, not only entire country, entire world. So that should be our goal. So that should be the goal with which actually we should work. Any field I see, for example, I see any work. This is one example I'm giving, reduction of maternal deaths. And now we have given another big challenge, grand challenge to everybody that we should bring it even lower. But how can we make it a single digit MMR, NMR? So Kerala could achieve. Why can't we achieve? So I think these are the areas that we definitely need to work. And recently, a 30-member senior, leadership, the directors and a lot of senior doctors, they visited Thailand. Thailand is one of those best, given examples given for health system strengthening. So they went, they came back, and they given a presentation to us, and it was really good. And there so many ideas have come up how actually we can really create more autonomy to the health sector, to see that how actually we can take complete responsibility of the healthcare of the people. So that is again something that we are going to work. So that will give more autonomy, more so that we can co-design policies. The co-design means it's not designed by somebody and it's implemented. It's co-design process will happen. So all that would lead definitely. We wanted to see Meghalaya as one of the best performing states and achieve all the human the development outcomes. We call them SDGs. Popularly by 2030, all the countries are supposed to achieve the SDGs, and most of the SDGs are related to health, education, gender, and all. So we are all actually working by using a life cycle approach. So today you're aware there is a problem. Everyone thinks that total fertility is the problem in Meghalaya, but we are trying to convert the problem into an opportunity. How can we actually make these young children to be these really give the opportunities to unleash their full potential. So that's why an early childhood development mission has been launched, if you look at it. So where we're training the parents, training everybody how to actually provide the child care, how to provide that kind of the support, especially during the first 5 to 6 years. If you provide that support, if our children's ability to really do well in the schooling, ability to really do well when they become adults will grow immensely. So a lot of these systemic efforts are being made. So I think this is where I see the role of this entire. It was started with, as I said, saving lives of mothers and children, and that is actually leading to so many systemic efforts. Because when we started actually working on these issues, we are also finding out in what way actually we can really provide, address this the problem, and also provide, you convert this problem into an opportunity to solve. Request MMSA to continue work like this with the same spirit and in a very collaborative approach, with a collaborative way, and to really achieve that goal. As I said, see, if you can achieve that goal, we can really see the way we can create that happiness among everybody. That's the idea, is that happy and healthier citizens that actually we wanted to produce or promote. I think that goal actually can be achieved with this.
They are the pillars and backbone of the healthcare system in the state. And together with migrants, the non-government hospitals, and with all the members of the MMSA, we have been working together as a team, synchronously delivering healthcare system to the entire state of Meghalaya in times of need, in times of trouble, and in times of very important things. So I'm extremely happy that being a medical college, being a teacher of a medical college, that we have finally decided to have a new medical college in the state, which is very much in need of the hour. Because this will provide a very much needed local health manpower for the state. And in fact, I was very much in favor of having state colleges. In fact, in one of the media that has been one of the Prime Minister has put why the state government should come in the state instead of central government. Central government has a role to play too, but then if you look at the reservation policy of the central government state, so if we have a state government medical college, I think lion's share of the seats and the employment goes to the state. So I'm very happy that Slate, nevertheless, that there's a decision to make a state medical college. So Negrims can have we can lend a helping hand in fulfilling the desire of the state in developing faculty so that they are qualified according to the watchful eyes of the NMC, where that is a supreme power of medical education in the country. And so we have Negrims running recently Regional Training Center for Faculty Development program, one of its kind in the entire Northeast, which has been set up by the NMC. I think this will help us a lot in fulfilling the criteria of the NMC so that we will be qualified to run a medical college, so that all our people who have been trained are recognized by NMC. So I'm also extremely happy to know that recently the state government has started a 2-year diploma postgraduate courses in different fields like radiology and anesthesiology in Civil Hospital Shillong, which has been run by NMC, by the National Board of Examinations. I'm quite happy because the existing facility can be used. These will be a trained, recognized postgraduate the specialists which can be used in the entire state of our own state. Because I've seen that there's a lot of, I've been asking, having interaction with a lot of the administrations and officials of the state government, so they always say one thing about the lack of manpower, especially the specialist manpower in the primary health center, dispensaries, the CHCs, and even the district hospital, which because of, I'm really grateful that the facilities like MHI system exist. I can see that when I was talking to the doctor from the Ganesa's hospital, he was so grateful that he has got everything what he wanted from MHIS, the infrastructure development and the manpower. I think this has gone a long way. Whatever is being required by the local facilities is being fulfilled by them without going to the hassle of getting to maybe higher powers. So that all the things can be done. I'm so quite happy that this is transforming the entire health facility of the state by giving incentives to our doctors and the paramedical staff that work in different parts of the state. And as part of the learning, sharing of knowledge and experience, expertise, I offer a weekly colloquy with Negrims on various online CMEs we're conducting, CPC, CGRs, and case discussions and journal clubs on a weekly or monthly basis with different parts of the healthcare centers of the state. As I think my previous speakers have mentioned about the role of what COVID has changed, one thing I've realized, some of the changes that I've seen is about the online, interactions, meetings, and conferences which become a norm. I remember way back in 2012 when I was organizing first time a national conference as an organizing secretary for in the Indian Institute of Neuroradiology. So I had something called a webcasting, which is of its first kind in the whole country, which is done under with the help of NIC. So that was the time which people were surprised. I got a call from places like Bangalore and Delhi. How did you do it? So so that has become a norm after post-COVID. So I think this concept of having online interactions without the need of a lot of wasting time from districts, different districts. We could have an online case discussion, update of knowledges, and we can share expertise and experience with the entire state, starting from PHC, CHC, so they can discuss. And I'm happy that the Tele IC also is taking shape. And similarly, even I was quite surprised when the radiology X-ray was brought in one of our cabs in last scale. So I was, and in fact, it just happened that they brought an X-ray machine with interpretation by the AI. So I had initially objected to my boss saying that, look, what will become of ourselves, the radiologists? I'm a radiologist. So, but then we cannot stop the technology that's happening. And it may be good for places like far-flung areas. Yes, I think what Sir has also mentioned about whether AI will replace the doctors. But then there's one thing is very clear. People who are with AI knowledge will outshine people who are without AI knowledge. Am I correct, sir? So it may not replace us, but then we cannot ignore the technology, especially I think the far-flung areas where we have dispensary and far-flung, which is difficult to reach, like in the PHCs, where actually in terms of patient care, where we can confide because of we can share our experience from the rural areas in the doctors from places like maybe Civil Hospital, Shillong, or even to Nichols. We are quite open to that kind of discussion and type of a sharing. And IMA also can be a part of the medical education of the central body. It's a very well-built the organization in the country. And in fact, after the incident of one of the doctors expired, so I think the government of India has passed a law, which you know all know.